dear?
Boy, wait till you hear about Chris.
What about Chris, Dennis?
His parakeet just had parakeets.
How marvelous.
And last week, his pup had puppies.
Well.
And the week before, his guppy had guppies.
Well, I bet Chris is very busy handing out cigars.
Handing out cigars? Why?
Well, it's like having a baby. Father always hands out cigars because he's very proud. You know, Chris, when he gets a little older, will probably meet someone he loves very much. And then after a while, they'll get married.
And then what?
Well, after they've been married a while, do you know what Chris and his wife will have?
Yeah, a pet shop.
Sure got a lot of cracks in this foundation.
Is that bad?
Well, it ain't good. Of course, the cracks can be filled in, but I noticed a lot of dampness there. The soil around's here soggy.
Well, I don't care about the soggy soil. It's these cracks that worry me. I tell you, Beerschmidt, it always happens. I've got a fistful of bills, and now this.
Well, I've been figuring the square footage. Now, it won't be hard to figure out an estimate for you.
Well, take it easy. Money doesn't grow on trees, you know.
Well, there it is, rough.
Rough is right. Why, that's a fortune.
Well, the price of labor's way up.
Think it really needs fixing?
First good rain in your basement would be like a bathtub.
Well, I'll let you know when to start, if I start.
Well, I happen to have some men working over on Sage Street. Now, if you could let me know within the hour, I could have them right over here before the rains come.
I'll let you know.
Okay, you're the boss. Sure looks like rain to me.
Martha, listen to this. Came in the morning mail. Dear Mr. Wilson, as attorney for the estate of your late aunt, Selma Adelaide Wilson Moss, it is my pleasure to inform you of the fact that you, George Wilson, have been named sole heir and beneficiary of the estate.
You don't have to shout, dear. I'm right here.
Oh, but Martha, we're rich. We're rich.
I think I'm going to need some of your nerve medicine.
Listen to the rest of this. The entire Selma Adelaide Wilson Moss art collection and the monies accruing from the Selma Adelaide Wilson Moss oil interests have been willed to you as testated.
How much money is it, dear?
Well, I don't know, dear. You see, it doesn't say it hasn't been settled yet. But it says the van with the art collection is en route to your domicile effective this date. Martha, think of it. All my aunt's oil money, and that art collection alone is worth a fortune. Oh, how does it feel to be hugged by a millionaire?
But, George, let's be premature. Let's go slowly.
Oh, now, Martha, I've gone slowly all my life. Now, do you know what we're going to do? We're going downtown. I'm going to buy myself a fast new car and have a dozen or so zippy new suits made.
Dear, if we've come into so much money, shouldn't we give some of it to charity? Start a foundation to help needy people.
Well, now, Martha, maybe after we've gotten ourselves filled with fun and things, well, maybe then I'll think about starting a foundation of some kind.
Hi, Mr. Wilson.
Well, if it isn't my dear little friend, Dennis Mitchell, how are you?
My baseball cards came in the mail, Mr. Wilson. I got doubles on Sandy Koufax. I thought maybe if you got any doubles, you'd want to trade.
Why, Dennis, not only do I have doubles, I have triples. At this very moment, my ship is en route 66.
Isn't it better to have a ship on water?
That's just an expression, Dennis. You see, I've come into a lot of money. I'm an heir. Dennis, here's $1. Just go buy anything you want with it.
A whole $1?
George, is that wise?
Oh, Martha, what's $1 to me?
The same as it is to the Rockefellers, 100 pennies.
Thanks, Mr. Wilson. You sure are lucky. Having your ship on Route 66 and getting the air and all that?
And, Mr. Guth, I wish you to praise the entire collection for me. You see, the truck will be here first thing tomorrow morning. Oh, you can be here. Oh, that's wonderful, Mr. Guth. Thank you so much. Goodbye.
Isn't it great? Mr. and Mrs. Wilson are millionaires and our neighbors.
Your aunt must have been a wonderful woman, Mr. Wilson.
Oh, indeed she was, Mitchell. She was a connoisseur.
Really?
Oh, a true connoisseur. For years, she loaned money to artists. In return, they would give her paintings.
You know, George and I have been thinking about starting a new foundation.
You see, Mitchell, in my income tax bracket, it's better to have a foundation than having to do a little here and a little there.
It's a wonderful thing to do, Mr. Wilson.
George, didn't you tell the concrete man that you'd let him know about the house?
Oh, Bierschmidt, yes. But he's way over on Sage Street. If I have to go clear over there, we'll miss our appointment downtown. It's very important. The salesman is waiting.
That's all right, Mr. Wilson. I'll go for you. I know where it is. Tommy and me watched him after school yesterday.
Well, now, Dennis, that's very nice of you. You tell Bierschmidt to get his men over here right away and get started.
Right. I'll go real fast, Mr. Wilson.
Good for you.
Hey, Mr. Beersmith.
Oh, hi, son.
Mr. Wilson told me to tell you to start right away.
Yeah?
Yeah. He's going to start a new foundation.
Well, I'll be doggone. Huh. He complained loud about a patch-up job. Now he wants a whole foundation.
You see, his aunt, who's a common sewer, gave him a lot of money. And he doesn't want his foundation to be a little here and a little there.
That's great by me. Well, I'm glad he wants the job done right. Okay, son. I'll have my men over there and nothing flat.
Right.
Okay, Pete, time to knock on. Let's go, Joe. We'll be right back here Monday morning, 8 o'clock.
Hi, Mom. Mr. Wilson's having a new foundation put in.
Almost ran me down. Sports car at his age. I wouldn't have believed it if I didn't see it with my own eyes.
That's some car.
Oh, boy, is it?
Well, I guess the old fossil did come into a windfall after all.
What's an old fossil, Mrs. Elkins?
There's no fool like an old fool.
Hey, Mr. Wilson, jeepers, what a swell car.
Oh, well, thank you, Dennis. I'm glad you like it.
Did you buy it for some swell little kid in the neighborhood for its birthday or something?
It's ours, Dennis.
It's just darling.
I couldn't resist it. It's so much me. What's going on here anyway?
Well, they've been working here almost ever since you left, Mr. Wilson.
Well, I know, but what is all this? Bierschmidt!
Hello, Mr. Wilson.
What's all this?
Well, I got started as fast as I could. We got the okay, and boom, we went right to work for you. You know, it made sense to put in a new foundation.
A new foundation?
Well, Dennis, if that's what you wanted.
Dennis! Now you listen to me, Bierschmidt.
Did you call me Mr. Wilson?
No, I didn't call you. Oh, yes, I did. Dennis, now look what you've done.
What did I do?
You gave Bierschmidt the wrong message.
But you said you were going to start a new foundation, and that's what I told him.
That isn't the kind of foundation I meant, Dennis. Now, look here, Bierschmidt. We never even considered a new foundation.
Well, now, Dennis told me you came into a lot of dough. Now, what are you worrying about?
I don't need a new foundation, and I'm not going to waste money no matter how much I have. Now, you get your men to fill in all these
Look,
trenches.
it's Saturday. My men only work a half a day today. We can't fill in those trenches today.
Well, I can't have my house all surrounded with holes and trenches till Monday. Now, listen here, Beer Schmidt. You get those men of yours over here tomorrow and get those holes filled in, or by golly, I'll sue you.
Well, they'll get double time.
Well, that's your problem, Beer Schmidt. And another thing, Beer Schmidt.
But, Mr. Wilson, I really think you ought to let me help you clean up the yard. That's the least I can do.
No, it's all right, Mitchell. Accidents can happen, and so can misunderstandings.
After all, Dennis was partly responsible.
Oh, it's all right. What's done is done. I didn't mean that kind of foundation, Dennis. The kind I mean is one that helps people.
You mean you're gonna build a place to help the man?
Well, no, Dennis. You see, foundations are not only for houses. Now, I'm going to look around the community, and those who need my help, if they are needy or have a worthwhile project, will get my support.
See you later, Dad.
Hi, Henry.
Oh, hi, Miss Wilson.
George, do come in and have some hot tea. I don't want you to overdo polishing the car.
Well, all right, Martha. I'm just about finished here anyway. I am kind of tired. How about you, Mitchell?
Thanks a lot. Alice and I had a late lunch. I'll see you later.
All right. You know, Martha, that was a mighty nice thing for Mitchell to come over here and offer to clean up this yard for me. Say, maybe that's a good sign.
A good sign? What do you mean?
Well, a sign that you were right. Oh, I have been pretty selfish just thinking of myself. I mean, buying this new car and all those new suits. You are right, Martha. We'll get started with our foundation right away.
I thought you'd agree, dear.
And you know something else? I think we ought to give most of our art collection to our own county museum.
That's very generous of you, George.
The George Wilson Wing County Museum. Oh, won't that be nice, Martha? Let's go have that tea.
Who wants a foundation for worth-something people? People who are needy. We must be needy. Honest? Yeah. Dad says that with taxes and my mom's clothes, it's a wonder we're not in the poorhouse. Just gotta find out who Mr. Wilson can help. Let's see. We can talk to our teacher and Editor Crinky at the newspaper, and maybe even the mayor and Mr. Singerman. Hey, there's Mrs. Elkins. Hi, Mrs. Elkins.
Children.
Mrs. Elkins, do you know any worthwhile things Mr. Wilson could help with his foundation?
What?
He's going to start a foundation for worthwhile things. Me and Tommy are going to help him find something worthwhile.
Dennis, Tommy, this is a job for a grown-up. You know, finding worthwhile causes. You let me look into it for Mr. Wilson.
Gee, that's swell, Mrs. Elkins. I bet Mr. Wilson won't ever think you're a sour pickle again.
Well, goodbye, boys.
Bye.
I'll get it, dear.
Hello there. I was just putting up my latest batch of pickled watermelon rind, and I thought of you. Well, I thought you and Mrs. Wilson would like some.
Oh, well, thanks.
I thought we could talk about a worthy project that's been a pet of mine for years. Hello, Mrs. Elkins. Won't you come in? I'd love to. Oh, I see your home is just as charming as ever.
Well, we're going to redo it.
Do sit down. Then it's true. Oh, I'm so pleased. No one deserves better fortune than both of you. Thank you. You know, I'm head of the committee that's raising funds for the new hospital. Hospitals are important, George. With a good grant from a public-minded citizen, we might be able to land a homeopathic physician from Chicago.
Oh, what's this?
I knew you'd see the importance of our being able to land someone of Dr. Jocelyn's reputation. You know, he's an expert in catarrhal fever.
Catarrhal fever?
Yes. Along with distemper and liver disease. It's something cats suffer from terribly.
Cats? Are you talking about a cat hospital?
George.
Don't now George me now, Martha. I'm not interested in cats, Mrs. Elkins.
You're not interested at all?
Not in the least. Now, I'm a very busy man, Mrs. Elkins. If you don't mind, I'll have to ask you to leave.
Well, I will certainly see that you are blasted in cat circles.
Well, good.
And in cat periodicals, too. Chicago's Orange and Cream Society will hear of this, and so will the Pacific Cat Club.
Fine and dandy.
Only a churlish boor wouldn't want to help start a cat hospital.
Oh, I don't object to cat hospitals. I just object to cats. Now, how in the dickens did she find out?
Hey, Mr. Wilson! Mr. Wilson! Mr. Wilson, all these kids are worthwhile. They all mean something.
Oh, that's the third spoonful of nerve medicine I've had.
Let me help you calm down.
Oh, Martha, yesterday was the happiest day of my life, and then Dennis bringing all those children here screaming at me. I feel as though I haven't slept at all.
Thank you. It's a telegram.
Telegram? Oh, dear. Telegram. It's from Aunt Selma's lawyer. Regret to inform you, records show no money left in your aunt's account. Fortune given to artists not loaned. Oh, no.
Is that all it says?
My bill and detailed letter follow.
Take another sip, dear.
Sip, I ought to take the whole bottle.
Look, things can't be this bad, dear. After all, the van is coming with the art collection.
Oh, the art collection. Why, of course, Martha. How could I have forgotten the art collection? There's the van now, Martha. I'll bet it's the van. Oh, it's Stanley Gus from the County Museum, Martha.
Hey, kids! Hey, which is the George Wilson house?
Mr. Wilson lives right here.
Hey, now that's a coinky-dinky.
You got a package for Mr. Wilson?
Package? Kiddo, I got a whole truckload for him.
Yippee! Mr. Wilson! Mr. Wilson, your ship! Mr. Wilson!
What is it, Dennis?
Your ship's just parked.
Dear God, Martha. Thank you, Dennis.
You, George Wilson?
I most certainly am.
Oh, I'm so excited.
May I help you in any way?
No, I just hope I don't forget the combination of this lock like I did once.
Oh, good heavens, I do too.
Hey, look at these.
I got it.
Oh, well, thank goodness.
Open for you?
Just look at that.
Here, I'll hand you the stuff.
Oh, that's marvelous.
You do know how badly our museum needs paintings, don't you, Mrs. Wilson?
Yes, I know.
I hope Mr. Wilson knows so, too.
We both know.
Here you are. Oh, this one's called Self-Portrait.
What is that?
Well, it's called Self-Portrait. Interesting, isn't it?
Well, I'm glad the artist didn't come along.
Well, Martha, just put that over there, will you, dear? Carefully now.
What is this one?
Charming thing, isn't it? There's so much feeling. Oh, yes, it's called Essence of Meaning.
I wish it had some.
Well, just put it over there with that other one, Martha. Oh, look at that one. It's called Man and Wife Hanging on a Wall. Wonderful.
Well, I have seen a lot of paintings in my day, Mr. Wilson.
Well, Martha, Well, there are a lot more to come, Mr. Goff. Well, Mr. Goff?
I've gone over everything, Mr. Wilson, and I would say that with luck, you'll get $300 for the lot.
$300? But the frames alone are worth...
For the frames.
Why, that won't even pay for the trucking.
Just about, Mr. Wilson. It's, $280. Can I have it, pal? I have to get going.
I'll get you a check.
Oh, hey, Mr. Wilson, have you changed your mind?
No, I haven't, Beer Schmidt. Now, I've got problems of my own. Now, you get these holes filled in, and don't leave a mess.
You want me to cart away this mess, too?
Great Scott!
I'm sorry, Mrs. Wilson, but you see, it's mostly folk stuff. Done by folk with very little talent.
Well, then I guess George's aunt just couldn't say no to anyone.
Boy, Belize ever makes swell boomerangs. Try one, Tommy. Didn't work. Now I'll try it. Hey, look out!
Oh!
Mrs. Wilson, I didn't mean to hit him with...
Where did you get these? From the truck?
No.
I think we finally hit on something, Mrs. Wilson.
What?
Looks like tiger teeth. A saber-toothed tiger.
Of what?
Teeth from a saber tiger, a prehistoric animal. These are the largest I've ever seen or heard of.
Me and Tommy found him in that hole over there.
What? You found them here? Where? Where? Quick, show
Right
me.
over here. Come on. There's lots of them down here.
Oh, I knew I smelled an old lake bed around here. Oh, Mr. Wilson, you have fossils.
Oh, on top of everything else. Oh, Martha, pay the truck driver, will you, dear?
Come on, out. I need
Come
a
on.
man to help me.
Come on.
Mr. Wilson, down here, please.
Oh,
Please. Mr. Wilson, any museum would pay hundreds, maybe thousands of dollars for what you found here.
what's that you say, Mr. Goff?
Thousands of dollars for these, Mr. Wilson.
For these?
Yes. Teeth from the saber tiger.
Wait, Mr. Bearsmith. Don't fill up those holes.
Now, you stay out of this, son. The last time you opened your mouth, you started all this.
There, Smith! Will you stop filling in these trenches?
But you just told me.
Well, never mind what I told you. Oh, Beer Schmidt, get out of my line.
Boy, what money won't do to some people.
Oh, look, Mr. Goff. 2 more.
We are most grateful to George Wilson for donating the saber tiger teeth fossils to our county museum. They are the largest specimen ever found anywhere, and they will make a drawing card for our town for many years to come. We are indeed indebted to George Wilson for his great discovery and his unselfish giving.
Well, thank you, Mr. Goff. That makes me very pleased.
George, don't you think Dennis should have some of the credit? After all, he found the tiger teeth.
Keepers, I didn't find them, Mrs. Wilson. They were just there.
Of course you deserve credit, Dennis. You can help me cut the ribbon, which opens to the public this area. Come along, Dennis. Just hold the ribbon for me.
Like this?
Oh, that's fine.
The George Wilson Fossil Shelf.
Fossil shelf. And he was going to have a whole wig. Congratulations, Mr. Wilson.
I think it's wonderful, Miss Wilson.
It says the George Wilson Fossil Shelf.
That's right, Dennis.
Shouldn't it say old?
Why, Dennis?
Because Mrs. Elkins always says you're an old fossil.
This has been a Screen Gems film production from the Hollywood studios of Columbia Pictures.